Okay, everybody, so here we are on page 3 of the standard Form 180. We're in the home stretch, so let's go ahead and get started. So, as you can probably tell from the form here, the location of military records will vary based on the branch that the particular veteran was in. So, for example, Air Force records might be kept separate from Coast Guard records, which might be kept separate from Army records, etc. So, the branch of service is one thing that will determine where the records in question are kept. So that's what this far left-hand column is. And as you can probably tell from the second to the left column, I guess, the discharge date, the service date, the retirement date, etc., will actually determine where the vet's records are also. So, for example, here for Air Force, May 1, 1994 is an important date. September 30, 2004 is also an important date, etc. For the Coast Guard, January 1, 1898, for example, is an important date. For the Marine Corps, January 1, 1905, etc. So what you need to do here is, number one, on the far left-hand column, pick whatever branch your particular veteran was in. And then in this kind of large center column here, I guess, go ahead and pick the particular line that applies to the date that your vet was actually discharged, passed away, retired, etc. So once you do that on the far left-hand column here and in this large middle column here, the address code on the far right is actually what you are interested in. So you'll notice that a lot of these are actually the number 14. So what you do in general, I guess if you remember the number 14, what you do in general with the code that you get here is you take it and you go down to this second table here. So the thing is the code 1, 2, 8, etc. You go and take whatever code this table on the top gives you, and you use this table on the bottom to translate it into an actual mailing address. So 14 is, in my experience, it's the most common one. So 14 corresponds to the National Personnel Records Center in St. Louis, Missouri. When I fill out this form, with the exception of, I think, maybe twice in maybe, like I said, 75, 80 times, I almost always send the standard Form 180 here. The two exceptions where I think I did not send it to the National Archives, I was actually doing it for, I want to say, 2 Marines, one of them who had gotten out in 2007, I think one who got out in 2008 as well. And my recollection was I actually sent it to the, I guess, Manpower Management Support Branch in Quantico, Virginia. So, yeah. So anyway, but the thing is, most likely, like in my experience, 14, the National Archives in St. Louis, that's the most common place to send the standard Form 180, but definitely use this table up at the top here to get the code, the address code on the far right here, and use the table on the bottom to translate that code into an actual address. So that's basically it. Hopefully, if you guys have any questions and stuff, you can go ahead and, leave me a comment, subscribe, etc. If you have any other videos that you want me to do pertaining to veterans or, California law generally, go ahead and leave me a comment on that. And if you have any questions, I guess, like, for example, questions on parts that I went over, go ahead and go back to that part in the video and watch it again. And hopefully that will, take care of the issue that you have. So hopefully that helps, and I will talk to you guys next time. Thanks.